Hello, it's Jim Hutchins for the Jerusalem Connection Spot Report for this week. Well, as we speak, 2 of the 4 presidential, vice presidential debates are been accomplished. There will be another one tonight and another one next week. And I would say to you this: I'm convinced that the election will produce a leader that will determine our future relationship with Israel. It's very important. Pray. Pray. Of the spokesmen that represent Israel in different venues, one of the most articulate, informing that I'm aware of is the Israeli ambassador to the United States, Michael Oren. In a recent article in the Boston Globe newspaper, he said, "In America, all events, domestic and foreign, are currently seen through the prism of the presidential elections. In Israel, though, our prism is not political but existential, that is to say, the very existence of Israel at stake. Iran's irrational rulers daily pledge to wipe us off the map, while rapidly producing the nuclear capability to do it. Can they be stopped? If we ask ourselves, and if so, by whom? And is there still time?" One Iranian spokesman just said this past week that all we need to annihilate Israel is 24 hours and an excuse, and they will destroy Israel. Ambassador Oren concludes his article by saying, "The same extremists who recently attacked American embassies with grenades and automatic rifles could be armed and with automatic weapons." As we look at Israel today, it is surrounded. Hamas in the south with weapons that have been secretly brought in from Libya. An erratic Egypt is there as well. In the north, Hezbollah with its threat to annihilate Israel certainly would use the chemical weapons of Syria if they have an opportunity, and certainly Syria would try to get in this war with Israel as a distraction from their own internal civil war that's already killed some 30,000 people. And then of course there's Iran with the ever looming enlarging threat of nuclear capability. I'm reminded of the passage from Zechariah 12. You've heard me refer to this before. If this is not the next prophetic event to take place, it's among the top 3. Where God says in Zechariah chapter 12 verse 3, he says, "I'm going to make Jerusalem a cup that sends all the surrounding peoples reeling, and I will make them like an immovable rock, and if anyone tries to move them, they will injure themselves." Israel is surrounded. And with that, I'm reminded of the famous saying of Colonel Chesty Puller. He was a Marine commander during the Korean War, later retired as a lieutenant general. But in the Battle of the Chosin Reservoir in Korea, Chesty Puller's battalion was surrounded by 10 Chinese divisions. And in Chesty's own remarkable way, this was his analysis that he gave to his men. And I quote him, "Those poor bastards, they've got us right where we want them. We can fire in any direction now. We're surrounded, and that simplifies things." Don't you love it? Well, that's the situation that Israel will soon find itself. The stage is being set for that. But the end of that story in Zechariah chapter 12 is, "I will make the leaders of Judah like a fire pot in a wood pile, like a flaming torch among sheaves, and they will consume right and left all the surrounding peoples, and Jerusalem will remain intact." Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Our God reigns. Till next week, Od Ki Yavo Shiloh, or until Messiah comes, Yivareka Yahweh. Yahweh bless you.